Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be doing a little bit of a more educational side on today's video. I will be teaching you guys the importance and all about your hamster, so hamster care. Now, this is a very educational video and might be a little long, but it's very important. And if you have a hamster or if you're planning to get a hamster, this is very educational no matter what. So let's hop into it. So for cage sizes, the minimum is 450 square inches, which is equivalent to 20-gallon tank, which I have my hamster in currently. You can also use the IKEA Detolf, which in the US is $59.99. If you don't have an IKEA near you, I'm pretty sure you can order it online and it gets delivered to your door. Just make sure you get rid of that glass door and make sure you face the area where it's open from that glass door towards the ceiling, like my cage is currently. If you are on a budget, you can even get a bin cage, which is very, very inexpensive. Just make sure you do cut out the top and put some wire in it. Now, please do not get no wire cages. These cages are not the right type of size and are very stressful towards your hamsters. And sometimes they're so small you can't even fit the correct size of wheel in there. And the wheel is very, very important for your hamster because a lot of hamsters, or all hamsters in general, they run in the wild a lot. Now, once you have your right cage, then you're going to need bedding. So for bedding, I would recommend the unscented shredded paper by KT Clean and Cozy, or the unscented paper pulp that I'm using currently by Carefresh. Carefresh, I haven't used the KT, but the Carefresh comes in many sizes. I currently have the 50-liter one, which is amazing because it can cover so much space and it doesn't run out very quickly. But the only safe wood shaving is aspen. Pine and cedar shavings can cause respiratory illnesses, and there's some other shavings called soft shavings. Those are still not good for your hamsters and can cause many illnesses. And also, there might be some hamster beddings that are like the shredded paper and the paper pulp, but is scented. Scented bedding are not good for your hamster. I know how you are. You're like, oh, scented bedding will, be so good, my hamster won't stink. But in reality, it can cause respiratory illnesses and many other illnesses to your hamster, and it's not very good. There's a lot of some other beddings that your hamster can ingest, and I would not recommend. If you really want a more detailed video on that, I can make one, but I would recommend watching some other people that have a specific video, or you can even search up some articles. I'll leave some link down below if you want to do more research on that. Now, wheels are also very, very important. As you can tell, Nugget has her wheel, which wheels are very important. Like I said, hamsters run a lot. I don't know the specific number, but I know they run a whole bunch in the wild. Of course, this is a domesticated animal, but they still do run a lot in the wild. So for a Syrian hamster, you need at least an 8-inch wheel or larger. You can even give them a 12-inch wheel. For dwarf hamsters, I would recommend a 6 to 8-inch wheel. But if you also are wanting to spend a little bit more money, you can get your hamster like a 12-inch wheel. Not necessary, but if you want to, you can. Nugget currently has, I think, a 6.5-inch wheel, which is perfectly. Again, small wheels can cause back issues, and I don't think you want your hamster to have back issues. The next thing that you'll be needing is food. So, let me tell you, the food that you'll be wanting is the seed mixes. Now, there's so many out there. I can leave links down below if you guys want. And you also want to give fruits and veggies to your hamster at least a few times a week, or once a week. Not too much fruit or veggies. If you want to know the specific types of fruits and veggies you can give your hamster, let me know. I can make a video on that. You can also feed your hamster some unseasoned meat like chicken or beef because they are omnivores. You can even feed them unseasoned pasta. So when you're cooking your pasta, don't put any salt or pepper in your water. Just do it plain. You can give them that too. Hamsters are different than rabbits because, I do have rabbits. So they can have meat because they're omnivores. So again, make sure you do your research before giving them food. The next thing will be basically putting on the topic. This is hamster care, on basically what not to get to. This is hamster balls, or they have like hamster cars. Please do not get these. I'll have some pictures popping up of these. These are horrible. Absolutely the worst thing ever. For one thing is these can cause injuries, and they can also cause stress. Please do not put your hamster under that amount of stress. Hamsters are small little rodents, and they do not need to be put under so much stress. Next thing we'll be covering is toys and hideouts, because you want to keep your hamster busy, right? So you can DIY with toilet paper rolls, or the tubes. Once they're done, you can even use the long paper towel roll tubes. There's a lot of things have the rolls in them, so you can DIY with them. You can even go to the dollar store, or if you have some dishes, little ceramic, like there's like these candle burners. Of course, don't give your hamster a candle, but they have like you put a candle under it. Those are really good as well. You can, like I said, you can DIY. Nugget has a little DIY, what do you call that, bridge type thing with popsicle sticks and hot glue. That's very, very smart idea. And I also have an igloo. I don't know, because you can see like my window, but on your left there is a little purple igloo. I would also recommend wood blocks. And if your hamster doesn't chew on wood blocks, I'd recommend smearing a very thin layer of peanut butter on it. Maybe it will help them a little bit more. And small baby toys can be used as well. Not too small where your hamster will completely ingest them. But you can also use actual hamster hideouts like I do have in my little, what do you call this, tank cage. But yeah, for toys and hideouts, you just want to make sure you keep your hamster busy. You don't have to go all out and spend $30 on just one little hideout. Don't be spending a ridiculous amount of money. You can make it yourself at home. For sandboxes, it's super duper easy. I mean, can you see my sandbox? Probably not, because it's covered with bedding. I haven't cleaned it out yet because Nugget's very, very messy. But for sandboxes, you can use reptile sand, which is pretty pricey. Or you can use kid play sand. It's like a sandbox sand. It is cheap. I have the sandbox sand. I think you can get it from your like Home Depot, Lowe's. I think it's like a big like 10-pound bag for $6.99 or something like that. I don't know the exact price. But the kid sand is pretty inexpensive and cheap. Just make sure if there's any rocks in it to take those rocks out. But you should not give your hamster chinchilla dust. Chinchilla dust can cause so many things. It's a dust. It's a powder that chinchillas clean themselves with. No, hamsters need sand, not dust. Okay? Now, for water, this is just going to be really simple. You can use a water bottle or a water dish, whatever is up to you. But if you're going to use a water bottle, you're going to need to wash it out frequently to prevent the growth of bacteria, because bacteria can grow frequently. This is also same thing with rabbits as well. Rabbits, I would say, recommend more of a water dish because they get dehydrated frequently. So again, it's pretty simple. You can use either or. Just make sure you wash out. Now, where to place your cage. This is also pretty simple. You never want to place your hamster's cage directly in sunlight because it can overheat your hamster and its cage and will not be very, very fun. I mean, would you like to be, in the sun for so long? I wouldn't think so. And it also can bother your hamster a lot. So just place it. You can place it, in your room, close to window, but not where direct sunlight will hit. Now, Nugget's cage is actually pretty close to my window, but not too close, and does not, you know, get direct sunlight. My sunlight kind of just goes to the back of my room instead of where Nugget's little cage is. And if there ever is sunlight, you want to close that side of your window with your like curtains or something to make sure your hamster doesn't overheat. But that's not a problem for me, so make sure it's not a problem for you. Now the last little topic is how often to clean. So you want to make sure you spot clean and clean your hamster's litter box about once a week to make sure there's no of their pee and poo in there. And also when they're bedding, you want to spot clean that, fluff up the bedding. But for smaller cages, Nugget's cage gets clean about every 30 days. You can extend it another like week if you're busy or something. But once it starts smelling, I would recommend just go for it. Don't wait any longer. If you do have a larger cage, like an IKEA Detolf or something like 40 to 60 gallon tank or larger, I recommend 60 days, which is 2 months about. You can extend it another 10 days depending on how big. Now, if you do have like an IKEA Detolf, you can, because IKEA Detolfs are very long, what you can do is one day spot clean, and then the other day on another section you can just clean that section, put new bedding, and just move along. I wouldn't do the whole thing in one day. It's just going to be exhausting. But yeah, that's basically it on hamster care. If you want me to do any specific videos about hamster care, let me know down below in the comments. Hopefully the comments aren't disabled. Are they? I'll have to check that out. But my channel, of course, as you know, now it's the Animal Bunch. Everything's going to be changing. We're going to have new merchandise and new links. Thank you guys so much for watching this hamster care video, and I hope you have an amazing and safe rest of your day or night or whatever time it is for you. And make sure you stay safe. Do practice your social distancing and stay 6 feet away, and stay home as much as you can and wear a mask. Please wear a mask when you're going places, especially if you're shopping for your hamster. Wear a mask and make sure you sanitize everything before you give it to your hamster. Okay? Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!